Are you wondering what secrets Point Hope might hold? Hello, ghost hunters! By now, you've likely done plenty of ghost hunting in the new lighthouse map, Point Hope. But you may be wondering about unique interactions or fingerprint spots you might have missed. Join me as we explore each room in this new location and uncover all those hidden spots and interactions. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that like button. It really helps out and I greatly appreciate it. Starting at the bottom of the lighthouse in the smaller bathroom and the entry hallway area, we have some of the more obvious spots for fingerprints. Light switches and doors are obvious spots. Less obvious is the shower door in the bathroom, which, by the way, makes this unique squeaky sound when you open and close the door. The ghost will also make this sound when interacting with the door. Some less obvious spots that the ghost can touch, although in my experience not as often, are these windows. It took a lot of encouragement to get the ghost to even touch this front window, but they can leave fingerprints here. Moving inside to the living room, we have the obvious spots with light switches, but the ghost can also touch both windows and the grate doors in front of the fireplace. Interestingly, these grate doors count as actual doors, and because of this can lock and be affected by Uris. What's more, you can get a fingerprint on these small lamps if the ghost interacts with them. And if you are very lucky, you can get a print here on the remote. So far, none of my ghosts want to watch TV, so thanks to Shui who managed to get a ghost to touch the remote. There is a radio in this room as well, and the ghost can turn it on. Heading up to the second floor in the kitchen, there are loads of items for the ghost to interact with. Like the previous floor, this room too has a radio that the ghost can turn on or off. But the ghost can also throw multiple items that make unique new sounds, like these sausages, which make this, interesting sound. Also, it can beep the microwave. And new to this location, it can turn on the ice maker, which produces an insane amount of ice. It also can suddenly drop several of these magnets at the same time. As for fingerprints, check light switches and windows. On the third floor in the dining room, we find some interesting new places for fingerprints. Starting with the obvious, the windows and the light switches, we can also find fingerprints on these cabinets, not on just one door, but on all four of both cabinets. We can also get interactions with the cigar box, which can get this ultraviolet evidence. There's also broken glass on the ground, which when walked through by players or by the ghost, makes this sound. These wine bottles can be removed from the storage in the middle and when interacted with by players or the ghost, make this unique sound. This room also includes 4 candles, which can be lit. Up to the 4th floor, we find the games room. This room provides lots of new unique items found only in this location. Players can begin their Ferryman of the Drowned Easter egg in this room. But beyond that, players can interact with the pool table, the dartboard, and even the chessboard. Unlike any other location, this room includes a record player, which the ghost and players can turn on or off. This room, like the first floor, has a fireplace which includes a gate just like the one on the first floor. However, this fireplace also includes 1 free match. 2 unique locations for fingerprints in this room include first, the dartboard, and second, the guitar case, which produces this sound when interacted with by the ghost. Heading up to the 5th floor and into the main bathroom of the lighthouse, we find some of the best hiding spots, at least in my opinion. Many items in this room can be interacted with, including the sink, but not the bathtub. The windows, doors, and light switches all can have fingerprints. The only new location for fingerprints is on this cabinet. Although there are candles in this room, they cannot be lit. As far as I can tell, this is intentional, and there are no plans to make these work like other candles. On the 6th floor, we find the master bedroom, and here we find an item that probably many of you have not seen or may have missed when looking through the newest location in Phasmophobia. On the vanity table, we find this brochure for Maple Lodge Campsite. This seems fitting as Maple Lodge Campsite was the map that hinted at this new location. Although the first hint at this location really came from the story found on the truck wall that has been part of the game since release. But let's get back to this room and where to find fingerprints. Obviously, the door can have fingerprints, as can the lamps and the light switch. This room also has a candle sneakily hidden up here on the shelf that can be lit. Also, this clock can be interacted with by the ghost. The 7th floor has the most unique room in this location. Fingerprints can appear on the door, light switch, lamps, and window. The nightlight can be turned on by the player or by the ghost, though it is unclear if it can have fingerprints. If you know, let the rest of us know in the comments. The hiding spot in this room can also have fingerprints and makes a sound when interacted with by the ghost. Both players and the ghost can interact with the sharks and the parrot. Here's something you probably didn't know though. These nautical flags have a special meaning. You may know that each flag represents a letter in the alphabet, and these flags spell out a special message: get out. The 8th floor is the mechanical room or the maintenance room. Here we find some traditional hiding spots, the lockers, which also can have fingerprints. The light switch here can also get fingerprints. The most unique spot in this room for fingerprints is this blue tarp that hangs down. In addition to these spots, the radio in this room can also be turned on by both players and the ghost. Also, these red tanks can be turned on or off by the ghost or players, but not the black ones. These wood pieces can be kicked around by the ghost and moved by players as well. And finally, the last room in this location, the lantern room. This is a unique spot, not like any other location in the game. This room is the first 2-story room in any location. That's right, this room includes both floor 9 and floor 10. Unfortunately, I had the least amount of luck getting a ghost in this room, and so I have less information about locations of fingerprints for this spot. If you know somewhere unique in either of the floors of this room, please share them in the comments. I do know that the ghost orbs in this room can sometimes appear in odd spots, making this an area where players must pay close attention when searching. And of course, the ghost can leave fingerprints on the light switch, here on floor 9. I haven't managed to get a ghost with fingerprints to touch the doors on the balcony, but I suspect that both doors can also have fingerprints. Although doubtful, it would be cool if the ghost could leave fingerprints on each of these windows. If you happen to have caught fingerprints on floor 10, let me know where you spotted them. While trying to find all the unique sounds, interactions, and Easter eggs in this new location, I also managed to experience a plethora of red light events. And since these are my favorite type of ghost event, here they are from the bottom of the lighthouse to the top.
Whoa, look at the TV. That was kind of cool.
Did I show you any interactions or fingerprint spots that you were not aware of? Was there something unique that I missed? Let me know in the comments. And if you're interested in hiding spots or where to find those cursed possessions, check out these videos here. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting.